Hello and good day, everyone. Um, I'm into this thing and trying to get into this thing about candle magic, and this is the first time that I've done this, which was starting last week. And both of these are 7-day candles that I purchased from a dollar store for $1 a piece. The original color of both of these candles were white, and I got on the internet to do the research about the colors and what they mean and what days you should light them and everything, and as well as looking at other YouTube videos on how to dress them and how to do the affirmations and all that kind of stuff that goes along with doing this. I'm very new to this. I want to learn this. I think there is a lot of power in it. There's a lot of misconceptions about it, and but the thing is, you just have to go with what you feel is right for you after you come to some type of awakening about gaining certain knowledge about certain things, and how it ties into the spiritual world. And there's a lot of people that disagree with it, but a lot of people that do disagree with things like this on a spiritual level or esoteric level or whatever, they don't even realize that they do the same thing in their own religions. And because it doesn't come from the particular pulpit or pastor or certain parts of the Bible, that they say things are wrong and that things are bad, or that it's witchcraft, or that it's devil's work and all that. But there's plenty of verses in the Bible where even God himself speaks and says to those certain type of rituals where if you did it, you would say it was a voodoo type of thing, but it's written in the scriptures. And I can't quote exactly where it's at, but I'm going to find it and I will share it with you all when I do. But there was a story in the Bible where it spoke about someone who needed money, and God himself instructed him to get like a burlap sack and put some items in it and put it next to his bedside and burn a candle or something like that. It's in there. But these are my first two candles that I've ever did. They were white, and I did it for the banishment of negative, to clear my aura, to banish negative activity, to banish psychic attack, to purify and cleanse my aura and my home and the space that I'm in. So both of these candles were white, and this candle right here was the first one that I did, and this was the second one that just went out like yesterday evening. Okay, now this is the first one. It did burn clear, pretty much all the way through. As you can see, I did dress the candle with my own anointing oil that I made from some olive oil. Excuse me, I had put some cinnamon in it. I think it was a tiny pinch of sea salt, um, rosemary, thyme, herb, a little bit of sage herb, like powdered sage, and some dried stems from a what they call that plant, uh, cedar. Okay, and I grounded it up in like a little blender type where it came out into a powder, and I sprinkled it, on top of the candle and let it burn down. And I poked my holes down into it, an odd amount of holes down into the wax, and I let it burn. Now, what I did with this candle was I followed some advice from a YouTuber, whereas most of the time when people dress their candles, they start from the bottom and stroke it up, meaning that you're sending out to the universe and, sending your petitions and your thoughts and your wishes out. So it'll go up, with the flame dispersing into the air. going into the heavens, into the universe. Now, what this one YouTuber did or explained is what I did with this first candle. I started in the middle and stroked it up with the oil with my intentions. And then from this part down, I went down so I can receive. And this portion of the candle, I was stroking it up where it can go out. And as you can see, something very interesting happened here. When the candle got to the midway point of burning, it left this black soot right here, which is, if you can interpret it right, the right way, and maybe somebody can comment on it to give a better interpretation. Actually, this black means that there was some type of resistance midway through, but I find it interesting that it showed up here because this was the dividing line of where I went from up to down with the oil. And it's nowhere else on the candle but in that one spot. That was very, very interesting. But all the way down, it burnt to clean, all the way down to the bottom. The little debris you see at the bottom is from the little mixture that I made with the herbs that I blended up. Now with this candle, this was the second one that I lit. Once again, I did not cleanse it by washing it in sea salt and water or putting any sage or incense on it to clear it. I just lit it, I dressed it. This one, I dressed with the oil, and I started from the bottom underneath in a clockwise direction, and I went up all the way to the top with the oil, with my intentions and my affirmation for it. So what I did was I took a black marker and I wrote certain things on there that pertains to the color of the candle and what I was seeking. Excuse me. And what I put on here, I put cleanse aura, purify. What else did I put? Cleanse, banish psychic attack, purify, cleanse aura. I wrote these things on the candle, and as the flame got down to each part, it would kind of like fulfill those things that I wrote on there. This one burnt clean all the way through. I used the same dressing. I used the same little mixture of the cinnamon, the sage, the sea salt, with the olive oil, mixed into the oil, and the cedar, and I put it in there, and it burnt all the way down to the bottom. And this one has no burn marks or no soot on it at all. So to me, from what my understanding is that, there were probably some guardian angel spirits that's close to me, that's watching over me and in my presence, because there's no black burn spots like it is on this one, which indicated some type of resistance somewhere in there. I do feel like in some ways there's someone in particular that's sending negative energy my way in the form of a psychic attack. I really do believe that. And that's a whole nother topic. But the thing is, you want to burn these things for your benefit. And one of them would mostly be for your protection and for any type of negative energy to rid your space. And if there's any input that anybody can give me about this, I appreciate it in the comments. And, I'm still learning. It's a whole lot more I want to learn. The next set that I get, I will have some sage so I can clean them, as well as wash them down with some sea salt and water, and try these things again and see how they work. That's about it. But they did burn pretty clean. If there's anybody that has any input on this, you know, it's clear all the way down to the bottom. And there was times when I have to go to work. So as I seen in one video, it's not good to blow the candle out with a breath by blowing it out, because they say that kills whatever the spell is or whatever. You kind of just place your hand on top and let it suffocate out. And of course, you be careful not to burn yourself if it hasn't burnt all the way down, or you can take a flat object that's not going to be flammable and just snuff it out. So I would relight it when I would come in, and you know, as I would go out, I would do the same thing. And they burnt down pretty good, pretty much. But this right here is interesting. Obviously, the black soot is like a form of resistance, or somebody was working against me about something pertaining to what my affirmations or my petition was, or my energies that I was sending out. And also, from what I was told from looking at certain videos, if there was a certain amount of wax that was left at the bottom when the candle burnt out, that would indicate some type of blockage, and you would have to keep working this until, you know, it's gone. But they both burnt down pretty well to the bottom. So any input, I'm new to this, leave a comment. Thank you.